Hi there, welcome to another Friday Findings video. Today I'm going to talk to you about nylon jaw pliers. So these are nylon jaw pliers and they've become one of my most favorite and well-loved and used tools. And as you can see, they have these nylon or plastic jaws, and you can probably see that they've been quite well used. So there are several things that you can do with these. Basically, the nylon jaws protect your wire and metal work from marring. And that's a good thing because good quality craftsmanship in wire work depends on having a nice finish, the kind of finish that you want. Whether it's hammered and rustic looking, it still shouldn't have stray marks, or whether it's something that's smooth and not hammered. And so your nylon jaw pliers will help you with that. And one of my main things that I use these for is straightening out wire. So here's a piece of craft wire that was obviously thrown in a box and is quite bent, out of shape. And whenever you're going to do wire working, of course you want to start with a nice straight piece of wire. So what I do is hold onto my wire with flat nose pliers, and I talked about those in another video. They have a lot of surface area, so they give you a good firm grip. And then you just grab the wire with your nylon jaw pliers and just pull through. And now the wire is straight, and you may want to do it on a few different planes until your wire is as straight as you need it to be. Now, another thing that happens when you're straightening wire this way is that it is getting work hardened. So if you're going to be doing a lot of manipulating of the wire, you may want to be careful that you don't work harden it too much, or perhaps you want it to be hardened. So keep that in mind, that every pass of the nylon jaws, and even just doing this with my fingers, does harden the wire somewhat. Other things that you can do with nylon jaw pliers is, like I showed, I have a hook here, a hook finding that I made with copper wire, and it's hammered, and just hammering it's going to harden it. And here's one that doesn't have a hammered finish, and perhaps I don't want any marks on it. I want it to keep it smooth, but it needs to be hardened a bit so it will hold up and do its job. You can simply take your nylon jaw pliers, and believe it or not, just squeezing the wire between the pliers will harden it. And that also, if you have something like this that needs to be all on a single plane, using the pliers to do that will harden it. And then another thing you can do with these is just holding. If there's something you need to hold on to, and maybe a pair of pliers like these might make a ding or a nick or a mark in your jewelry, in your metal piece, you can hold on to it with the nylon jaw pliers. And finally, you might notice that my jaws are starting to get a little beat up and marked, and eventually they need to be replaced, and that's what these little screws here are for. And you can buy replacement jaws. They even come with an extra pair of screws, and you just use a small screwdriver like you would use for repairing eyeglasses, and your jaw comes off, and you can pop on a nice fresh clean one. So those are a few tips about nylon jaw pliers that I hope you found helpful. Thanks so much for watching Keepsake Crafts videos. If you like this video, please make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel so you'll see more like it. And there are 2 more jewelry making videos up on the screen. Also, be sure to check out my blog, keepsakecrafts.net, where I have lots of creative things happening. Happy creating. Bye-bye.